to come speak, say things that you know are untrue, just to speak to the gallery out there and get news bites, clips. And one such person, you will not find them here today when we are doing the actual legislative work. And and I must thank Honorable Ngogoyo, the member for Kajiado, Honorable Oundo, Honorable Makali Mulu, because they stood here and opposed this bill. But they are here doing the actual legislative work, Honorable Chairperson. But these people who are used to lecturing people in lecture halls, now they came here and told us, oh, this fund is nothing close to the future fund in Australia. It is nothing close to Temasek of Singapore. Yet they are not here today, Honorable Speaker. And I must say, Honorable Speaker, the chair and the committee, because, you know, legislation, you must be a serious leader if you are elected to parliament to come and legislate on behalf of the people. Don't just speak in funerals, in lecture halls, in conference rooms, in hotels, running from one lecture hall to the other, lecturing people, seemingly wanting to look intelligent when you're actually not intelligent at all.
There is nothing out of order. There is nothing out of order, Honorable.
This fund, as I said yesterday, and as the chair said in seconding me, this fund is an investment vehicle. And indeed, this amendment now is buttressing that fact that this fund is like the Temasek in Singapore. It is like the future fund in Australia. It is like South Africa's national investment infrastructure and investment fund, or the Japanese investment and infrastructure fund. So let me tell those people, because they know themselves, I don't need to name names. And you know, when you are a young person and a young leader, don't copy the habits of those older leaders who have no plan, who have no agenda, who have no basis of what they say, to just appear in the National Assembly, get a clip to cut for citizenTv news in the evening, then you think you are a hero. You actually a villain. You actually a failure as a leader if all you do is speak to the gallery, but you cannot be here to even legislate, Honorable Speaker. And I say that because we have one particular member who, out of bitterness, like those who are also bitter for other reasons, they should copy the Honorable Robert Bui, the Honorable Makali, the Honorable Oundo. Even Ngogoyo now today is doing very well. He's here legislating. I wish you could foot them for those members. I support this because this particular amendment is buttressing the fact that we are creating a national infrastructure fund that will be an investment vehicle to make investments in commercially viable infrastructural projects that will be able now to lift off from our budget. So when somebody stood here the other day trying to lecture us, oh, it is nothing close to Temasek. Temasek is an investment company. And you know, I heard Honorable Junet telling them the other day, please don't bring your lecture notes to Parliament. Parliament is about making laws, it's about legislation. I hope they have heard me, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
And they grow up.
Honorable members, I propose the question that... I now put the question, Honorable members, that clause 22 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 22, as amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 23.
I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Finance and National Planning. It's a deletion.
Yes, Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that clause 23 be deleted. And Honorable Chairperson, clause 23. The purpose of this deletion, Honorable Speaker, is to conduct, it's the same explanation that I gave above. The conduction of the feasibility studies doesn't need to be duplicated. It has been provided for by the PPPA Act, and it has already been carried out, then it doesn't need to be duplicated, as also explained by my leader of majority.
Thank you. I now propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 23 is amended. Since this is a deletion, honorable members, I'll not be putting the question. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 23 be deleted as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I propose the question that clause 24 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honorable Chairperson, I propose that clause 24 be deleted as contained in the order paper. Honorable Chair, again, this deletion is in line to make sure that the infrastructure fund, as much as possible, takes use of already established laws, and that is, for example, the PPA Act, Section 31, that gives particular mandates for this particular transaction. So I beg to move, Honorable Chairperson.
I propose the question, honorable members, that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the chair. Since it is a deletion, honorable members, I now put the question that clause 24